The market grinds higher to essentially create a double top and then pulls back, creating a much more complex structure. And who doesn't love complexity? This is Invest with Jacob. All right, guys, so the market grinded higher today through our pivot and missed making an exact double top by just one tick. Now, yesterday I told you if we pushed through the pivot, the C wave was dead. However, I didn't count on the B wave retracing quite this high. Now that we have basically a double top, the C wave is back into play. I'll get into that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so with the creation of basically a double top today, it brings the C wave back into play and creates a much more complex situation. The reason is when you have a double top, you can recount from the second top and start a new wave down, which reignites the C wave. So to see this a little more clearly, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute futures chart, and as you can see, they drove it up through the pivot, okay, and basically made that double top we talked about, and then sold off into the close and after hours. Now, since they took it all the way up and basically made this double top, it creates a layer of complexity. And the reason is we can start our count from here or here. And we're not sure which one yet because we don't have enough information after this top to figure out where they're headed. So until this structure fills out more, we really don't have a primary path. Added to that, because we made a new top, the C wave comes back into play, and now we have to be on alert for that. So let's talk about the three paths that we're tracking and the key levels so that we can understand what to look for and how to identify which path we're on. So the first path we're going to track is the one we were already tracking, which is the corrective structure, okay? The move down yesterday to the bottom was A down. We're calling this move just under the high, the B wave up. And then we're looking for a C wave down here to about 45.30 that would complete wave A of the correction. After that, we would look for the B bounce and the C wave down toward about 4,500. So that is the first path we could be tracking. The second path, okay, is the C wave path. And this is where another layer of complexity comes in. Because this would be a C wave down here to complete A, it is going to take a 5-wave structure. Also, the C wave down would take on a 5-wave structure. So those will look very similar until we get down into this area. The difference will be the depth of the pullback. If they're able to break through 45.30 and push it lower towards 45.15 to 45.10, then we are likely in the bigger C wave targeting that 4,300 or lower area. If they hold this 43 or 45.30 area, then it's likely the C of A, and we should look for a bounce in B. Okay, so the difference between the completion of A C wave and the bigger C wave is the depth of the wave. Should we stop here at the 1.0 extension, then we're looking at the A being complete and the B bouncing up with C down towards that 45.30 area or 4,500 area. Okay, so those are the first two bearish paths. The third path is bullish, okay? And that path, we would count this as 3 of 3. Okay, right now we have all of 3 here at this top. But with this pullback, we would count this as 3 of 3. This pullback would be 4 of 3. And we would be making a structure up here towards 4,600 to 4,610 to complete all of wave 3 in that 4,600 region we've been talking about as a possible move up higher in this rally. So that will be determined by breaking these two highs. Okay, if it breaks above 45.90 and makes a new all-time high, it's very likely we're headed towards that 4,600 to 4,610 area to complete wave 3 before starting a pullback, and then we'll look for a pullback structure there. So really what we need is more information in this structure. Right now, it's too early for me to give you a primary path and understand exactly where we're headed because we just don't have enough information in how this double top is going to play out. Once we get this to fill out a little more tomorrow, we'll be able to determine if we're headed down in either the C of A or the start of C, or we're headed up here towards that 4,600 area. But until then, guys, I really don't have a primary path for you, and there are times where you just have to sit back and wait for more information to make an educated opinion. So those are the key things that we're watching today. The first is that if it's the C of A down, it should stop around 45.30 and bounce up to the 4570 area. The second is if it's the C wave, the bigger C wave down, okay, wave 1 should take us down towards about 4515 or 4510 and then bounce in wave 2. And if it is going to continue higher to complete wave 3, we will take out these all-time highs at 4590. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to get in my Facebook group. Okay, there's a link down in the description that will take you over to Facebook. All right. When you get over there, you have to be approved to get into my Facebook group. And the only thing I ask, guys, is that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button and come on over to YouTube and I'll approve you to get in. Once you're in the YouTube channel or Facebook channel, hit this featured button because Facebook's just too hard to communicate with you guys. This is just where I kind of keep us together for big group announcements, things like that. Hit this featured button, okay? Come down, you'll see our documented trades so you can see what we've been trading on the channel, as well as a link to my Slack channel. Now, Slack is just a free chat channel, and I'm on there all day during real-time market hours giving market updates. I give out our buy and sell alerts along with our strike prices, our targets, our stops, all the different things you would want in a trade, as well as answer all of your questions. It is a great group of traders from the very beginner to the very expert, and is an awesome place to either improve or learn trading. So we would love to have you come over and join this and make some money together, guys. Okay, key takeaways for today. We need more information, okay? Without a little bit more information and how this is double top is going to play out, we really don't know which path the market's going to take, but we have our key levels, okay? So 4590, the all-time high, that's our key level to moving up. If it breaks through that, we should expect 4600 to 4610. If it continues its downtrend and pulls back through the pivot all the way down to 4530 and bounces, okay, that's our A wave bounce. Then we would look for B and C down towards 4500. If it pulls back and pushes through 4530 towards 4515 to 4510, then it's more likely we're in the bigger C wave and we would look for a bounce in wave 2 from there, and then a big wave 3, 4, 5 down that would take us to that 4300 or below area. All right, guys, it is the weekend. I'm actually drinking wine today. I'm normally a bourbon drinker, but my wife wanted some wine, so we had wine with dinner. I hope you're having a drink. I hope you're enjoying your family. Have a great Halloween if you're celebrating it. I will be taking my daughter as Moana trick-or-treating. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you next week.